Don't miss any content. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell.
Hey guys, welcome back to Sahara Football. As usual, I am your host Selassie Piawi. Today we're going to talk about the Ghana Football Association and their plans to get the Ghana Premier League back on track. We all know what happened in March when the first few cases of COVID-19 were reported in Ghana, and because of that the Ghana Premier League was curtailed. Subsequently, it was decided that the league would be cancelled entirely. No league winners for 2019-2020, and Kumasi Asante Kotoko and Ashanti Gold are going to be our representatives in Africa when the continental tournament starts later this year. Kotoko have also appointed a new CEO, and so many other things are happening on the front of Ghana football. In October, it is expected that the Ghana Football Association will be able to bring back football, and they have laid out a couple of plans in place, especially with the COVID-19 with us, and they have to put in measures that will help to curb and reduce the spread of the virus. So I'm going to take you through some of the outlines of the steps that the Ghana FA are looking to take to halt or prevent the spread of the COVID-19 and bring back football safely. In an address, football training was brought back for the women's teams who were preparing for their qualifiers later this year. So some form of training has started for the national team, that the female nationals, the Black Maidens and the Black Princesses. So Ghana Football Association's plans have been outlined. Today, I'll be taking you through them. Also, we're going to talk about Nana Yao Amponsa. He was recently appointed as the Kotoko CEO, a very young man at the helm of affairs for the Porcupine Warriors. There were media reports that he is a heart of folk person, but he says that now he's wearing a Kotoko jersey and he doesn't know where that is even coming from. But he says something also very interesting, which I would like to know your thoughts on. He says the Asante Kotoko CEO post is much more bigger than the Gfa post, which he was contending for not long ago in the latter part of last year. That was in October, along with Kotoko and George Free and some other people. And he says that CEO job he has now at Asante Kotoko is bigger than the post he was fighting for at GFA. Quite interesting. I'll be taking you through his exact statement and how Kotoko will be under him. As usual, if you're new to the channel, I'll advise you to subscribe to the channel and to click on the notification bell to get more updates. So let's jump right into it. I'll start off from the camp of the Ghana Football Association. COVID-19 hit us in March, hence we had to end our football season, and owing to that, because of the social distancing issues, because of the protocols that have needed to be put in place before Ghana football is resumed, the FA thought it wise to cancel the league entirely. Now, other leagues have shown us the way in bringing back football safely, especially those in Europe. Germany started it, and they have been the front runners for this resumption of normalcy to football. Fans are not yet allowed in, but it's being played behind closed doors, with tests being conducted to players to know who could have the virus and possibly able to isolate such cases. Recently, Atletico Madrid reported that two of their players had tested positive as the second round of tests were organized and it was not positive. So those two have been isolated, and the Atletico Madrid team can make it to RB Leipzig for that game, Champions League game in Lisbon, Portugal. Now, the FA has concluded plans for the resumption of the league, which is set to kick off on October 9th. It has been dubbed as Football Against COVID-19. The plan will see the return of football behind closed doors after almost 6 months of break. Now, the elaborate and well thought out plan, which has been cited, includes coronavirus testing for all persons directly involved in the competitions before the start of the season and before the start of the second round. There will be monthly fumigation of approved game centers. There will also be isolation centers at each game venue. Under this arrangement, teams will be mandated to operate with a squad list of 30 players, 7 technical members and 5 management members. This is the format and the media. Now, the Ghana Premier League will be divided into 2 zones to reduce traveling distance. Each zone, southern and northern, will have 9 teams, with each team playing home and away matches at 2 matching venues. First place team of each zone will be contesting a playoff for the Premier League title. The last place team of each zone will automatically be relegated. Now, the 8th place team of each zone will contest in a playoff, and the losing team will be relegated to the Division 1 league. Start times monopoly of the GPL will be suspended, as local TV stations will be granted rights to broadcast the matches. This is to prevent people from trooping to the stadium, which will increase the chances of infection. So now it is pending on government approval for the go-ahead of this. GOIL will be engaged to subsidize its product for traveling clubs to help reduce the cost of traveling. Government's COVID team will also be involved in the testing. GOIL is Ghana Oil, their petroleum company, and they will help the club. So that's the format there. Let's go. Each zones, there'll be 9 teams each in each zone. That's 18 teams in the Ghana Premier League. The first place team in each zone will contest in a playoff for the Premier League title. I think this is the best way the Ghana Premier League can be conducted. Let me know what you think about this format. 2 zones, 9 teams each. Each zone will compete. First teams in each zone, after the 9 teams play out each other in each zone, will take part in a playoff game for the Premier League title. The last place team of each zone will automatically be relegated. The 8th place team of each zone will contest for a playoff, and the losing team will be relegated to the Division 1 league. Wow, that's interesting. Let me know what you think about this format in the comments box. This, remember, is to prevent crowding at places, and start times will not be the only ones showing the games, because they will not want anyone to troop to the stadium just to catch a glimpse of players at the stadium. Media persons as well will be allowed, and I'm sure they will have to be tested also. Yeah, so it's quite interesting. Let's see how things pan out. Pending government approval, this should be it, and this should be how things go. Local TV stations, so that it can reach a wider audience. Surely this channel will bring you the highlights as you expect. So that's it there. October 9th is the proposed date. Let me know what you think in the comments box. My next story has to do with Kumasi Asante Kotoko and their new CEO in Nana Yaw Amponsah. He was appointed the CEO of Kumasi Asante Kotoko just on Friday, and since then he has been making some bold statements. Now, Nana Yaw Amponsah, according to him, he says that the Kotoko job is bigger than the GFA job, a job he was contesting for not long ago. Now, Nana Yaw Amponsah, who is the current CEO of Kumasi Asante, reckons he occupies a much bigger position than the Ghana Football Association president. Now, he was unveiled in Kumasi last Friday. He failed in a bid to become the GFA president, finishing 3rd behind Kotoko, who was the eventual winner, and also George Efriye. But moments after officially taking up the role at Kotoko, Amponsah wasted no time in recognizing the supremacy of his job. This is what he said: "I see Kotoko, and no disrespect to the Ghana Football Association presidential position, which I aspire to occupy. Kotoko for me is the biggest," he told teaming supported at the unveiling. "If I ask you today who the president of the English FA is, you may not be able to tell me, but you may be able to tell me who the executive chairman of Manchester United is. So I do not take this responsibility lightly at all," he concluded. So Nana Yaw Amponsah is quite it's interesting in his conclusion there. His analogy. Tell me, do you know who the English FA president is? Yeah. But you know who the Manchester United CEO is. Probably you might know, and you know the ins and outs of that. But the English FA job, comparing those two, I have to say, in Ghana here, he says that the Kotoko job is bigger than the FA job. It's up to him to hype his position, to make his position show how much he cherishes the position he's now in. So any statement to go to buttress that would be made by him, and it's allowed, it's expected even. So I wouldn't fault him for saying that, but to say the English and compare the GFA job to the Kotoko job, I beg to differ. But let me know what you think in the comments box. Do you think the FA job is lesser than the Kumasi Asante Kotoko job? Is Kotoko CEO greater than the FA? Let me know what you think in the comments box. I've been laying out to you the plans that are in place to bring back Ghana football. It has been divided into two zones, southern and northern zone, 9 teams in each zone. Bottom teams two teams will be relegated. The 8th teams in each group will play a playoff, and the one who loses that playoff will also be relegated, meaning 3 teams will be relegated. And also the winner will be first 2 teams in each zone playing out in a playoff to contest for the Ghana Premier League title. Let me know what you think in the comments box of this format. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy your day.